Okay, this is FLP 29, page 29. Let's pop through these real quick. Which term most accurately classifies the figures below? I like to label them as we go too. So this one is a parallelogram. This one is a square, and that's a rhombus. Okay. So which one would most accurately classify all of these figures together? Not just one, just all of them together. Are they all rhombuses? No. Are they all squares? No. Are they all parallelograms? Yeah, they all fit the definition of a parallelogram. Okay, two pairs of parallel sides, all you got to have. Number 2 says, which answer choice best describes the quadrilateral picture? That picture's terrible, I'll tell you that much. It's got 2 marks here, meaning these 2 sides are congruent, and then it's got a single mark. I know it's hard to see, right there and right there, and then these are arrows there and there that mark parallel. So we know all 4 sides are not the same, so the only thing that would work for that is a quadrilateral and a parallelogram. Okay, let's go to number 3. It says, which geometric figure is constructed by connecting points A, B, C, and D? Well, if we were to connect these, and I can't draw worth a hoot, I'll try to connect these points, and then coming across, whoops, got a little squirrely there. It's all right there. If you see it, you should recognize that sucker. It's a trapezoid. Okay. Number 4, identify all the possible classifications of the figure provided given its characteristics. Okay, so first thing we notice is we all want to say, okay, that's a square. Why is it a square? Because it has 4 congruent sides and 4 90-degree angles. Cool. But what else is it? Is it a parallelogram? Yes, it's got 2 pair of parallel sides. Is it a trapezoid? No, trapezoids have exactly 1 pair of parallel sides. Is it a quad? Yes, it's got 4 sides. Question is it a rhombus? Yes, it's a rhombus because a rhombus needs 2 pair of parallel sides and 4 congruent sides. And it matches that. Okay? Is it a rectangle? Yes, a rectangle has 2 pair of parallel sides and 4 90-degree angles, so it matches that also. So square can be considered every one of those. All right? Let's look at number 5. Chung drew a quadrilateral with these characteristics. All sides of equal length, the opposite sides are parallel, and all angles are right angles. What type of quad did Chung draw? He drew a square. Okay. Number 6 says select all possible answers that identifies classification which figure following I can't even talk. This is actually it's an isosceles trapezoid because this side and that side are congruent. Okay, and it has exactly 1 pair, which is right here, of parallel sides. Okay, so it's not a parallelogram. It is a trapezoid. Is it a quad? Yeah, it's got 4 sides, so it's a quad. Is it a rhombus? Nope. Is it a rectangle? No. Okay. Takes care of those. Now we got some things over here on the side. Let's go answer these. So we're going to answer these as if we're going to complete the statement with some, all, or none, something like that. So I'm just going to put some letters in it, okay? And I don't think I got the whole page up here. Let me try to move. If I can see that. All my other ink's not moving with it, but it's okay. I'll get rid of that. All right, let's do that. There we go. Much better. It says quads are parallelograms. Well, some of them are. Not all. Parallelograms are quads. Yeah, all of them are. Rhombus or rhombi are rectangles. None. Okay. Rhombuses are kites. This throws a kite in there that we're not even covering in the SOL. It's all good. No rhombuses are kites. Okay. Number 5. Quads are trapezoids. Some of them are. Number 6, rhombuses are squares. Some of them are, if they got 90-degree angles. Number 7, parallelograms are traps. None. Parallelograms, 2 pair parallel sides, trapezoids, exactly 1 pair. Okay. Number 8, trapezoids are parallelograms. That's what it said. No, none. Okay. Kind of the same thing. That's why it confused me. They just went back and forth. Number 9, kites are quads. All kites have 4 sides, so that works. Squares are rectangles. All squares are rectangles. Okay. Rectangles are squares. Some, if they have 4 congruent sides, but then we call them a square, so there it is what it is. It's kind of a weird question. Number 12, no rectangles are trapezoids, so we'll put none. 13, all rectangles are parallelograms because they have 2 pair parallel sides. 14, kites are trapezoids, none. 15, rectangles are rhombus, none. 16, quads are kites, some. Not all quads are kites. They could be squares, rectangles, and all kinds of other stuff. And then all squares are rhombus or rhombi. Okay, cool. Let's go to 30. Page 30. This is not bad at all. All right, so if you look at the top, it's just asking us multiple choice questions. Which of these quads cannot, might want to spot that not right there, cannot be a parallelogram, okay? A trapezoid cannot be a parallelogram because it's only got 1 pair of parallel sides. Which quads have 4 equal sides? That one's easy, a square and a rhombus, right? Number 3, which of these statements describes a similarity between a rectangle and a trapezoid? Okay, the only similarity you got between a rectangle and a trap is they're both quads. Both have 4 sides. So number 4, which statement is true? All quads are squares. No, they're not. All squares are rectangles. Which statement is true? Wait, ooh, I'm reading the wrong one there. My fault. I should be reading 5. Man, I got a little mixed up. Forgive me for that one, please. Jump up 4. Which statement is true? All rectangles are squares. Nope. B, squares and rectangles have 4 congruent sides. Not rectangles. C, squares and rectangles are quads. Yes, they're quads. D, squares and rects are both traps. No. Number 5, which statement is true? All quads are squares. Nope. All squares are rectangles. Yep. All rectangles are squares. Nope. And all rhombus are squares. No. Okay. Number 6, which of these statements is always true? Squares have 4 equal sides. I think we can stop right there. That's the easy one, isn't it? So number 7, which of these figures can never be a rectangle? That would be a trapezoid. Okay. Number 8 says which figure is the same as a parallelogram with 4 right angles? Right there it is. Rectangle. Let's go on to 31. Okay. It was last page. Last page of that whole thing. Yep. Starts with number 9. Says which quadrilateral has only 1 pair of parallel sides? We know that's a trap. And 10, which figure must be a rectangle? And it's a square. The only one that fits the same attributes or same descriptions. Excuse me. All right, so we're going to go through here. If you notice, they got 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. They have those figures. And then your answer choices include certain ones of those figures. So we got to find out answer choices, which ones are correct. So let's look at 11. It says, which of these quads must have 4 congruent sides? Well, we know that a square has to have 4 congruent, so that's 1. I guess I can mark it right here. 1 has to have 2, no rectangle, no parallelogram, no trap, but yeah, to be a rhombus, you got to have it. So that matches A. Okay? Which of these quads have at least 2 congruent sides? Okay? Well, let's go back up and look again. 2 congruent sides. At least, right? So it can have more. So that would include the square, right? That would include the rectangle. That would include the parallelogram. And that would not include the trapezoid, but it would include the rhombus. So that's going to take care of that B right there. And 13 says which of these quads may not have any congruent sides? and there's only one of those, and that would be that trapezoid, so it would be 4 right there, okay? All right, 14 looks like we've got back into like some similar figure stuff here. It says in the diagram below, figure K, L, M, and N is similar to figure W, X, Y, and Z. I would go ahead and do this. Get that written in case we need it. Right below, it says which of the following proportions can be used to find the value of N? Uh-oh, this didn't print out, so we didn't get any answer choices. I don't know what happened there, but let's go ahead and build our own, okay? So let's look at this right here. If we've got Kn, K to N, that's corresponding to Wz, which is 2. We could start our first fraction as 4 over 2. Then we're going to take this 9, which is Nm. Nm, Zy is going to match, which is N. So we'd have 9 over N. There's a proportion that should have been written here somehow. Okay? And I bet you, no, they didn't want to, let's go ahead and solve it up here, because I thought they would want us to solve it in 15. But we would just cross multiply, make it 4n equals 18. We're dividing by 4. And we know that n, this missing side right there, how many times 4 go into 18? 4 with 2 left over, 4 and 2/4 is the same as 4.5. Be 4.5. Use your calculator there if you need to, okay? Well, that 4 looks terrible. Okay, let's go down and look at this last one. I think it's the last one, yeah, 15. Alright, it says, if the corresponding angles of two polygons are congruent, let's underline this, angles are congruent, and the lengths of the corresponding sides of the polygons are proportional. The polygons are. And this is what we just did up here, okay? So if we prove that these numbers in these two figures, we know these figures are not congruent because they're not the same size, same shape, but they could be something else. They could be same shape but different size. And you might remember from the last SOL what this would be. We prove that they are proportional right here. We put 4.5, so we know that they are similar figures. Okay? Are cool with that? I think that ends that SOL. Well, good deal. Okay. If you need to go back and rewatch any of those, that's fine. I think we're good to go, though. The next SOL is going to be the last one. It's transformations. So I probably won't start it till toward the end of the week or into the weekend for that one. But thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.